Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Ajwritescrypto, and today we're going to talk about one of my all-time favorite blockchains, Algorand. Right now, Algorand is probably one of the best money-making opportunities in crypto, period. Years ago, when Algorand formed the 16-cent support resistance level, I shouted from the rooftops, everybody, 16 cents, 16 cents. And guess what? It rips. It comes back to 16 cents. It rips again. It comes back to 16 cents. It rips again. It has a great pump. It gives it all back. It has a great pump. It gives it all back. Well, guess what? It gave it all back, and we're about to have another great pump, and I can prove it to you. But before we hit the charts, we got to talk. We got to talk some news. We got to talk some drama. We got to have some fun. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, get rich or get wrecked. Let's get into this. So first of all, wrong tweet. Great way to start. 6 years ago, June 19th was Algorand's 6th birthday. Happy birthday to Algorand. They've had over 3 billion transactions, 50 million blocks. And the most impressive part about this, zero downtime. Think about all the blockchains that have all the hiccups and all the pauses and all they got to fix this, they got to fix that. Algorand runs perfect. At the end of the day, I believe Algorand could become a common denominator as a global cross-border settlement layer. It is perfect use case for this because it does not stop. It does not fail. Algorand is a very, very strong blockchain on it from the technical aspect. All right. Another thing I'm really looking forward to with Algorand right now is June 23rd. In July, we get the new Algorand roadmap. Finally, we get the new Algorand roadmap. I cannot wait to see how they're going to approach this. I cannot wait to see what the angle is going to be, how they're going to play this. This is a big deal. The pressure is on for Algorand. They've had a couple things happen in the past few months that I don't really think it hurt the price that much because all altcoins are falling. When Algorand's down, it's not just an Algorand thing. All altcoins are down. But, lately, TravelX has left Algorand. The FIFA thing kind of fizzled. And unfortunately, their CTO, John Allen Woods, who I've interviewed on this channel multiple times, has also departed from Algorand. I think he's still there now to carefully hand off the CTO position to the next person, but John's out of the equation. I did talk to John about this. I'm not going to go into the details of a private conversation, but I think it was best for both parties for them to go their own separate way. There's no big blow up. There wasn't a big fight. There's no drama. It's all good. I think John's just going to do his own thing. And I think that's cool because John is big brain. John's really smart guy. He's well funded. He's going to be great. Big, nothing but love to John Allen Woods. But at the end of the day, Algorand has to pick up the pieces here. And I think that this is a really good opportunity for them to bounce back and show the people what they're made of. I really like this tweet here from alexfrance.algo. This account right here, just over 4,400 followers. He is one of the best Algorand posters on all of Twitter, in my opinion. This kid's absolutely amazing. He does really, really good threads, tweets, posts. He does a really good job. And this post here, it's very kind of long-winded. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it kind of goes into some of the FUD surrounding Algorand, some of the kind of reasons how the FIFA wasn't that big of a deal. How TravelX, I will read the part on TravelX, because TravelX, did bring over 110 million transactions to Algorand. It did a lot of really good stuff for Algorand. But, I want you guys to understand that FIFA and TravelX leaving did not hurt Algorand, period. What he said here was, as for TravelX, yeah, that one hurt. It was one of the biggest on-chain activity provider on Algorand, and in my opinion, one of the most innovative use cases in a public blockchain. Unfortunately, due to pressure from their clients, the airlines, they can no longer use public chains for the moment. So it's not like TravelX is, going over to Solana or anything like that. They're walking away from the public blockchain model. And I think that's really important to say that they didn't leave because Algorand wasn't good enough. They didn't leave because there was a problem with Algorand's tech. They left because they are not using blockchains anymore. That's really important to make that distinction when you talk about, because when people look at this from a bird's eye view, they say, oh, John left. Oh, FIFA fizzled. Oh, TravelX left. Oh, no, we're falling apart. That's not the case at all. And I think the roadmap coming in July is going to prove why. And the chart I want to show you in a couple minutes here is also going to nail that home as well. And it's not like Algorand hasn't already hit the ground running since, a couple bad things happened. One, Algorand soft staking is now on Binance. Over 275 million Binance users can now soft stake ALGO. This is big. Binance is one of the most, millions of people. 275 million Binance users can now soft stake Algorand. And I think that's really big because I think when John and I kind of did the walkthrough, when you open up like the terminal and like put all the code in to run your own nodes, when some people open that terminal, you'll lose those people. Most people aren't doing that. They don't want to do that. They just want to click a button and make extra money with their money. And that's possible now on Binance. And I also got to say, shout out to sponsor of the channel, Bitunix. I have talked to my friends at Bitunix, and I am connecting the dots, and hopefully soft staking will also be available on Bitunix here in the next couple months. It's just a conversation. It might not even happen, but I am trying to make it happen. There is an open dialogue, and I just wanted you guys to know that. I do all my Algorand purchases and all my Algorand trades right here on Bitunix. Make sure you click the link down below, sign up today, no VPN, no KYC. And as you can see right here, from the low we put in on Sunday, Algorand has already bounced over 13% to the upside in about 25 hours. And it looks to me like it is still moving up 14.4% in 26 hours, excuse me. Algorand's moving right now, I think, and it has everything to do with that 16-cent level that we're going to circle back to here in a minute. And it's also not like they're not opening up to new partnerships. Okay. Right here, we're partnering with Paycode, a global leader in offline biometric payments, to bring secure, inclusive financial infrastructure on chain. They're powering a bunch of countries such as Afghanistan, Ghana, a bunch of other places. Get Paycode has reached over 6 million people and has disbursed over $250 million in aid and social payments. Using Algorand will boost transparency, strengthen digital ID systems, and unlock new ways to drive real impact. And this partnership is really big. It's not a far cry away from their partnership with Hesba, another digital payment infrastructure for Afghanistan, kind of unlocking that for 42 million people. When you consider the partnerships they do have, when you consider what, look at this tweet right here. Right here. There are $348 million worth of real world stocks are on chain. 77% of that 348 million sits on Algorand. 77%. Don't tell me Algorand's, fizzling out because TravelX isn't using blockchains and John left. It's not, that ain't enough. That ain't enough to bring down one of the best projects in the top 100. Let's remember, back in December, Algorand was a top 5 performer from the December pump. And next time we have our next pump, because we will, you really think with all the positive crypto, news happening, with all the positive things happening in Congress, with the Donald Trump's administration being pro-crypto, you really think we're not going to see another big altcoin push during Trump's administration? You really think that's not going to happen? Of course it's going to happen. And you got to get into these projects right now. This is the time to buy projects like Algorand. All right. Right here, I will get into the charts now. Let's talk about it. Right here, late December of 2022, Algorand printed the most significant support resistance level on the chart at 16 cents. From that day, back in 2022 to right now, has been about 909 days. And if you want to break down the time, Algorand has spent over 61% of the past 909 days above the 16-cent level. And let's literally measure this. So we put in the support, we put in the support resistance level for the first time. Right here, we pumped 89% in like 47 days. All right, we went under there. We came back up 59% in 18 days. We came back down. We had another pump, 113% in 49 days. We came back down. We came back up 200 and what? 295% in 22 days. That's a record breaker. And then we came back down here. We came back up and 62% in 36 days. I did a tweet about this the other day. And basically, Algorand has had a pump and came back to 16 cents 5 times. And the average pump of those 5 pushes is 119%. And here we are again. Look at this, double bottom. Let's zoom into this. All right, so the blue line is the 16-cent level, and 14.8 is the local low. What I will say here is that we have higher low, double bottom with a slightly higher low. And what I like about this even more is that when you zoom out a little bit here on the daily chart, Algorand is maintaining this long-term uptrend. If Algorand lost this uptrend, that would be my cause for concern. That is not happening. Algorand is going to respect this slow uptrend no matter what. And every time it comes to 16 cents, oh, we're going to give up. Boom. Oh, we're never going to pump again. We're never going to pump again. Boom. Oh, we're here again. We're never. Boom. Oh, it's the end of the world. We're never. Boom. Every time everyone regurgitates the same fear-based response, Algorand uses 16 cents as a springboard and blows expectations out of the water. That's just what this project does. It's just what it does. It goes to 16 cents and it rips. And here we are. Right now, it's 17.5 cents after we bounce off of 15 cents. And guys, this range here between 25.4 and 14.8, or even the range between 25.4 and 16 cents, this is a range Algorand has fluctuated between a lot of times. And just to go from our current price to the top of this support resistance level, that's a 48% pump just to get back to 25 cents right here. That's a 48% pump just to get back to here, let alone from where we are right now, 17.5 cents to the 2024 high. That'd be 258%. And that would be around 61 cents. And if you guys really think, Algorand's never getting back to 61 cents in its history, you got another thing coming. It's a guarantee. I would bet my life's earnings that at some point in the next push up, Algorand is going to put in a higher high. All right. And really, like, when you kind of consider, this downtrend here, look how close it is to breaking out. And really, what has given me confidence is what has happened really just in the past couple hours. Looking at the 4-hour chart, right? Kind of zoom in on here and you look at the bounce that it had. Look at that. This is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And this is kind of, how we trade in the, in the Telegram group here. We kind of have these parallel trends, and then we break that trend, and right there would be confirmation, and then that level becomes support resistance. So this short right here could have been absolutely nailed. But now let's look at it on the flip side, just local downtrend stuff. Oh, here we are, new downtrend. And now we're going to use this level right here. I would say that one as confirmation, which is 17.7. Right now, Algorand's at 17.5. Algorand breaks out of this and breaks that confirmation. That is a solid move back to 25 cents. Like I said, about 48% to the upside from the current price. Guys, I am never giving up on this project. I've been a member of the ALGO fam for a very long time. Yes, I am a media partner with Algorand, but I became a media partner with Algorand because I was a community member for years, and I earned my stripes and I earned my spot, and I got to know people and I expanded my network, and I put my hand out there, I put my face out there, and I met a lot of people, and it worked out. This is personal for me. It has nothing to do with the partnership I have with them. I personally like this project. And am I a little bit biased because of, I feel attached to this project in ways I don't feel attached to the other projects? That's true. That's true. But I want you to see the silver lining. I want you to honestly, with no bias, when the roadmap comes in July, I want you to take that at face value. And I want you to set some alarms on your chart. I want you to set some alarms on your charts back home. Right here, we kind of zoom out here for a second. Let me get rid of some of the squiggle wiggles, right? And this level, where is it? Over here. Okay, see this one right there. And that lines up perfectly, 17.7. That is the level for Algorand. Okay. That is my alarm, because this support resistance level has been hit time and time and time and time again, and we are bouncing to it right now as we speak. And what I like a lot about the bounce that we have right now on a daily chart, keep in mind, Algorand is coming down the hill, and look, market cipher B, anchor wave, trigger wave, bullish divergence with a green dot on the daily right here, right now. Anytime you can buy Algorand near 16 cents, it's a steal. Anytime you can buy Algorand under 18 cents or even under 20 or 25 cents, it is a steal. This is prime accumulation zone for one of the top 5 performers of the previous run up at the end of last year. I don't know what else to say other than it's the perfect time to accumulate. I hope you guys have a safe rest of your day. I want to know, what are your thoughts on Algorand? Do you have any worries about Algorand? What's your favorite part about it? How far do you think you can go in the next bull run? Let me know down in the comments below. My name's Ajwritescrypto. Have a safe rest of your day. Get rich or get wrecked. Peace. Boom.